Okay, and we are online.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Welcome back.
Yeah, that one. Yep.
Welcome back to the Figment
The
Collective.
episode
8 of
8
Changeling.
Yep.
of Changeling
We
the
are
Lost.
we are on to recorded episode 8. We have how many sessions that we did that were
believe.
not recorded? Yeah,
I think we're on session 12 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, session 11 because we're up to 10 on the website. I believe.
Oh, cool. I forgot one. So it's it's 12 because I'm missing one on the website.
Okay, never mind.
So we are on 12. Yep.
Okay.
I'm Milo. I am the storyteller.
I'm Third Life Crisis, and I play I play Sim.
You play yourself? Oh, you played yourself!
I did. I play Sim the Fire Elemental.
I'm Az. I play Dearg, the red cap good boy. At least he's pretty.
And what happened last time on this modified version of Changeling the Lost is Sim and Dearg went and met Nova at an all-you-can-eat Italian restaurant after Sim disposed of a disc that was in his car that he suspected was some form of listening or spying device, but actually unsure of what it really did.
True nature.
While speaking with Nova, they informed her about the letters that Pippin had been holding onto, the one to the Queen of the Winter Court for the Ferryman Freehold. They informed her about the church and the Ansil and the fact that Dearg had tangled up with that creature. They tried to get information from her. She was off her game that night, couldn't offer them up very much, but said that she would go ahead and take the information they had given her about all of that stuff to Finn and Kai, the winter and
Summer? Or spring?
Summer. Yes, he's the summer. Sorry. Spring and autumn went to the other one. Summer court. I almost said spring and I was like, that was wrong. Summer court for your freehold. And then you guys ate dinner. Our adventurers, our changelings ate their dinner. Dearg using the opportunity to heal up the minimal damage that he had from the hobgoblin fight.
It wasn't pancake lasagna this time.
No.
I'm not sure it was an upgrade. But
but it was still an amalgam of foods that should probably never touch.
And yet they did.
We all know for a fact that Dearg does not use the plates with the dividers. Everything goes together.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad when one of these nights he's like, yeah, I need to eat something. Oh, look, a hobgoblin.
All potatoes are mashed once they reach your stomach anyways, moving on. So from there, Dearg and Sim went to go see the Ansil. Dearg for the third time and Sim for the first time.
Yeah.
Dearg gave her a small little preserved jar of Pippin's blood. Proceeded to then say that he wanted the Ansil to change Pippin permanently into a changeling instead of whatever the hell she is right now.
Yeah.
She agreed to do that, but said she could not actually enter the hedge, and finally told Dearg what task she wishes for him to achieve for her, which is to go into the hedge, go to a site called the Black Castle, and retrieve a token called the Hedge Wand. A Hedge Wand supposedly being able to rip a hole straight into either the hedge or Arcadia from the mortal world, or vice versa. Dearg agreed to this, and then also asked if he could have access to the Ansel's contracts of binding, the way she learns how to figure out true names, amongst other things. She tested Dearg's blood for what Dearg and Sim do not know the purpose of, but for her own purposes to determine whether or not she was going to give those powers to Dearg. She found him worthy, one way or the other, and granted him access to the contract.
You have been weighed, you have been measured,
and I have not been found wanting.
There you go.
You will
however,
never know.
I got them. Terrible decision, really, which is maybe why she did it, but I don't know. And
Dearg then had an episode of his derangements. He lost some clarity there for a little bit. Not actual clarity, but you know.
Yes.
Well, Sim then proceeded to try to bargain with the Ansil.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yes. That is what we're calling it. So that she could go home.
/threat.
Bargain. So she could go home but not keep the relic she has asked Dearg to acquire for her. Just use it for the purposes of returning home and leave it in the safe care of Sim and Dearg. To which she then wanted to know what Sim wanted with it, and he basically just said, "Fuck you, I don't want you to have it." In so many words. So she basically was like, I counter your offer with, how about no?
That's for me to know, and you
and they were
to
find out. To which Sim then promised he's going to unleash the Church of the Blessed upon the Ansil and the other true Fae. And she essentially to his challenge said, "Best of luck to you. Get out of my house." That is what you said.
Yeah,
that is what you said.
We're going to unleash them.
Full on. You said you were going to turn them on the true Fae, and she was like, "If you think you can do that, then I dare you to try."
Okay.
And yeah, oh no, yeah, and then
Sim doesn't.
And then
Sim
she was like, "Good day to you, sir. Good day." And then you guys
gain nothing. You
left.
lose. Good day.
Good day.
Yeah. See,
I said good day.
The fun here is that Derek, in the middle of his throes of derangement, didn't hear any of this until much, much later. Maybe I still have to roll for it, I believe.
Yes,
but,
you do.
Then said player got to listen to what my lovely motley mate said.
Mm-hmm.
I was spitting some venom. I know.
Oh my god!
I'm spitting some.
So
fire.
what do I have to roll to see if Dearg heard any of this in the throes of his synesthesia?
In just a minute.
Okay.
Because as of right now, you have stepped out of the Ansil's Hollow, and you are on the street where you parked your car, where Sim parked his car after having driven there in the first place. So, night has fallen. It is dark out now. Not super dark. Still more it was kind of twilight when you got there, so it is. The sun has gone down, but it's not middle of the night or anything.
Okay.
So I'm going to need you to go ahead and roll me a...
on my face.
We'll see if you end up yelling at Sim or just have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll me a wits and composure.
Oh no. How much? Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
You can use your glamour. You can. Hello, Calcifer.
No.
Here, come here.
Fabulous has arrived. Hello.
Okay, buddy. I think you got to get down now. You're really big. All right. And okay. 1. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You don't really remember how you got on the street. not really sure what happened after the Ansil granted you her powers, of which, that memory of that place of Arcadia and the Fae just
Sim affected
caused
in a
you to
similar
forget.
manner? Is Sim also affected in
No.
a similar manner?
No. But what you recall are vague feelings. Dearg he's a pacifist. He tries his best to do what is needed in a way that is not unduly harmful to those around him. So the vague feelings you get are anger and frustration and almost a threat of violence, but you're not sure who they came from or why or what was said that made all of those emotions that swirled around you in colors and sounds. But you can still see them. They're still there, those colors, those feelings. But by the time you get to Sim's car, they've faded.
Yeah, it's just too orange. It's way too orange. So we're orange. What are we doing? How do we get out here?
Well, we left the area, and well, we parted with an interesting task facing us.
The castle.
Yeah.
We gotta go to the. Yeah. Yeah.
I may have gotten a little hot under the collar.
Way too orange. It was way too orange.
But
you shouldn't
we're still
do
here.
that.
Yeah, I know. We're still here.
She's nice. In a way. She didn't have to help. What's
She's
that?
helping.
I don't.
At very much at your expense. Our expense. We're
That's
off to
how
go.
How they work, though. It's okay. We got this.
I certainly hope so.
It's just a stick, right? It's a scepter? Wand? It's a stick. Gotta go get the stick.
That's
By the way, it is a scepter that's called the Hedge Wand, by the way.
I was going to mention.
I know you wouldn't know that.
We were giving a description.
Dearg. Just gotta go get the stick.
You weren't actually given a description of what it looked like. You were just told what it was. It is a scepter that is called the Hedge Wand, and it is supposedly lost at the site called the Black Castle. She couldn't give you any other details, as she doesn't actually know what it looks like. Or if it even exists.
Fun.
She's sending you after a fairy tale.
How about that?
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I get to play fetch. Oh, God.
That's a tip. Boo. But good.
It was a boo.
Boo, but it was good.
Danger fetch. Extreme fetch.
Yeah, you get to find a stick in a place where they're abundant. Hooray!
Cool. Awesome.
Talk about a piece of hay and a needle stack.
Yeah. We got this.
We have it about as well as any who has gone
Yes.
before us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We might need to take a quick break because my battery says it's going to die.
Oh.
It was fully charged.
We will take a quick technical break and be
Yeah.
Tech break, yeah.
Fuck.
And we're back.
Hello. Thank
Hello.
you for that brief interlude of who knows.
So,
Because apparently 78% goes to 7 in 10 minutes. Yeah, I know you're charging. Thank you so much.
I'm charging now.
So happy to know.
Did you know I'm charging?
Did you know I'm charging? Yeah, I fucking know. You screamed, "Hey, I'm gonna shut down," and then shut down.
Right, it's almost
so
like
you guys.
Hello. I have technical problems, and I work IT. It's fine.
Scream shut down, and then you shut down. It's like, oh no. It's like Nat. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Anyway, let's go ahead.
There's too soon, and then there's what you just did. We're gonna have to create a new term.
I'm on a roll tonight. I am.
Mm-hmm.
You got simmed.
It seems that every time we play Changeling, 3LC's level of just too far goes way up. Just goes way
You
up.
think
And
that
it's
all
like,
would just? I mean, you think I would get that catharsis out doing Portland, but apparently not.
No, you just torture our poor touchstones, and it's fine.
oh, that's okay. He's also torturing his own in this game by lying to her and fucking ruining her shit, getting her a traffic ticket.
Man, come on.
SPCs are just in for a rough break, no matter what.
If her feelings could be hurt, they would be.
If her feelings could.
But as of right now, they can't be. But when they can, oh boy.
Lucky me. So I can get away with some stuff up until the point that they start feeling bad again. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
And you complain about how I treat my touchstones. Fuck.
Oh no, when it comes crashing back,
I know.
Sim might be lucky if she ever speaks to him again, but we'll see how it goes. It'll be fine.
Right now, it's not too bad. It's just a messed up car. An explanation of an emergency. So
it's gonna be a messed up art project soon. Let's hope you don't get caught doing that.
That's
exactly. He's just gonna eat it.
Knife hand. I shaved with my knife hands. All right.
Okay, but we left the Ansils.
Ansils, yep.
The Ansils hollow. We come out. Sim did express to Dearg that he probably got a little hot under the collar. He's going to downplay it a little bit, but
of course he is.
Dearg remembers the feelings,
but he is going to mention. And if Dearg remembers those feelings, then Sim probably mentioning something about it will help correlate what happened. At least what.
And you'll get another check a little bit later, down the road to see if you remember, but it'll be the same roll, so we'll see.
Yeah,
but,
all 4 dice.
So
yeah,
what is the plan before your changelings go to bed, or do you want to them just go to bed and wake up early and try to deal with shit in the morning?
What day of the week is it in game?
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Fucking Wednesdays.
Yep.
Tuesdays are good. Wednesdays are no. Fuck Thursday. No.
So.
Well, you're about to have Thursday, so. Anyways.
Skip it. Just skip Thursday.
Are we playing? Oh, wait. Are we playing in the same time frame as PDX? Because this will be interesting. Is it currently Wednesday night in Changeling? Like Wednesday night in Portland?
It's currently Wednesday night in Changeling. And when you guys go to bed, you're going to wake up Thursday morning. And yes, it will be the same time frame as Portland.
I have a letter to send to someone I've never met. Don't know how to get a hold of them. To just tell them to stay home.
Okay. I was just curious.
Anyway.
So, what is the game plan at the very least? Okay.
Yep. What is your guys' plan?
Well, I'd
I
like
have
to
to get
go-
my affairs in order.
Yes, there's there is that. We also need to make some. I personally want to go at least head back to Reed, inform her what's going on, and
Okay.
what we're currently tasked with, what I found in the car, and
Okay.
run that by some folks external to us, and see what see what we can find out.
All right.
I also know as a player that that's still that whole infiltration operation going on with the Church of the Blessed
Yep.
that we asked Nova about, but we won't
Mhm.
character-wise we won't find anything
You won't-
out about it.
You won't get any information that until tomorrow, probably.
Which is fine. And we also I also need to on Sim's personal level, he needs to sort out what he's going to do with the shop tomorrow, because technically it's a weekday that he's open. Excuse me. And then also get in contact with not Lucy, Sarah. Thank you. So.
Yeah, Lucy's your wife. Excuse me. She's your fetch's wife, your ex-fiance. Sorry.
Bastard.
Sorry.
Hey, you know what? Let's not talk about my fetch.
Garrett?
Oh yeah, the felon? The pariah of his community?
He's a smooth-looking felon, I'll say that. You've been struck by a smooth criminal. Sorry. Not that
There
smooth.
is nothing smooth
There's nothing
about
smooth
what
about
happened.
Garrett. There is nothing smooth about what happened. Okay. So what does Dearg need to do besides get their affairs in order?
1, learn what that means. 2, do that thing. 3, tell Reed what's going on.
Okay, so we got some stuff doubling up then.
Yeah, gotta take in check in with Reed. Follow up on the letters with Nova, see if that actually happened. Trying to remember what else I need to do. I wanted to get lore on the Black Castle and the Hedge Wand.
That was new.
Yeah.
I know that Sim wanted to potentially destroy Sarah's statue and potentially look more into the Church of the Blessed.
Yes. I know that someone's looking into it.
And I did email you what, at least for now, until Sim learns more about what he was planning for the sabotage efforts.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Yep. I do know what you're planning. You do have Sarah's schedule. At the moment, I can't remember what it is, but I will go back and figure that out, because I remembered, it's been a couple weeks, so I really probably should have.
It's okay.
But you do have the schedule, so
no worries.
Fine.
And then ultimately, just speaking out loud.
She has her art class tomorrow.
Okay.
Her business classes were today, so tomorrow she's actually going to have time to work on the statue. That's what it was. Yeah.
Anyway. No.
Okay. So
I will call in no, I'm just kidding.
Would you like to go see Reed, call Reed to follow up with her? How would you like to do that?
We have the car.
We can, yeah. I'm for in-person meet. I agree with.
I'm still not sure about getting in the car. Dearg would also like to get his license at some point. Actually, he has one.
What? What do you need a license for?
Maybe get a car. You know,
it's all right.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, Sim. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
It's all good. Driving, right?
They get all sorts of purple. Fuck! Yeah.
I gotta get us back.
Yeah.
It's too far to walk, Dearg. It's way too far to walk.
Yeah, Dearg just stands outside the passenger's door, looks up, looks back.
Not bad at all, considering. I got a decent pull for driving now, so 4
That
successes.
doesn't mean you drive safely.
It is later at night, and while traffic in a larger city is always relatively bad for
He's
some
in a
reason,
bad mood
it's
after
not
talking
as
to the Ansil. The Ansil,
it's
sorry.
not it's not as bad. It's not as bad as it would have been, say, if it was 5:30 when everyone gets off work or dinner time or whatever. So you drive dangerously, but you do it in a way that's safe enough that you don't cause an accident or get a ticket or catch the notice of the police. You make it to the South Ward. What?
Never mind. I just thought of something terrible, and I'm not gonna do it. Nah, it was just like a prankish sort of thing, but that's okay.
No. No.
I mean, by all means, I'm just here.
No, it's okay.
I am literally along for this ride, so whatever you choose to do.
Pull up.
Do you wish to talk more while you are in the
light,
park?
harass and try to get someone to go in a light to light race, but melt their tires while I'm busy yelling at them. Anyways, no, I just won't do
it.
Never mind. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. We have to focus
Okay.
on things that need to
Did you guys have anything? Did you have anything you wanted to discuss before arriving at the South Ward?
Okay. Well, we know what this is about. We're either on now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Ansil seemed pretty adamant, obviously, about getting this Hedge Wand. And I don't know if we're getting led on with the wildest goose chase ever, or there's a legitimate need and potential success behind this whole endeavor. I don't know.
Fine.
Dearg, I need you to know that I meant it when I said that I don't want them ending up with it.
Now you can go ahead and roll a check because you heard none of that conversation.
Yeah, none.
Like at all. You started freaking out before Sim started talking.
Yes, I did.
To the Ansil.
All right, here we go. Okay, you stay down there then.
This is Sam's house swallowing up. Sorry, more dice.
That's a face. That is the face of failure, I believe.
One success.
You have no idea what the hell Sim is talking about right now. You don't remember. He said what? Like you don't.
Yeah, well, hold on.
He never said that.
No, I don't. What? What do you mean you don't want? They're gonna leave. They're gonna leave and they're not coming back. They don't want to be here. They don't want to go home, and they're gonna go home with it, and then it won't be here, and that's the safest place for it. Yeah.
You're not entirely wrong, but we know that these creatures, these whoever they are, whatever they represent, some ancient manipulative force in this world. Can't trust them at all. She may say that she just wants to take it and go home and do whatever.
Yeah, she says that humans are awful and this world is boring. She just wants to go home and to never come back and to cause problems for the other Fae. That's what she said, and she meant it. She did.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't.
And if she's not here, that's better. And we're not going back there ever again. And if she's there,
No.
then she won't be here. We'll be safe. It'll be fun. It'll be fine.
I know, Dearg. I know that's what you want, and trust me, I want the same thing too. But I don't think that's the reality of the situation.
But that's what she said, and she
I
meant
know.
it.
Well, you'll forgive me if I don't think she meant one single word of it.
Okay.
Much like anything else, I think we're just gonna get used, abused, and we'll be lucky to make it out with our lives if we're lucky.
But if it works out, we'll save Pippin.
I know. I would love to save her. And to maybe do that. I don't know.
We can help her. But either way, I have to do it. And it's gonna work out.
I know you
It's
have
gonna be-
to. And
It's
I'm
gonna be
help
okay.
you.
And we'll get the stick and we'll give it to her and she'll open up the hedge and never come back.
Hope you're
She
right.
won't come back.
I hope you're right, Dearg.
And
I
if she
sincerely hope you're
does, well, I mean, we helped her. So maybe she'll leave us alone.
Maybe. Sim's going to basically have this conversation with Dearg, but in his mind, he's completely thinking of ways that he's going to try to get that wand and to have something happen to it. And I have a thought of how I want to maybe approach that. I have a wand.
All right.
I want to see if there's a way that the wand can be found and the wand sabotaged, corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
All
right.
Not do what the Ansil expects it to do.
All right.
And hopefully maybe in the
When
process,
you find it.
And hopefully maybe in the process it'll just take the Ansil out. Sir, here, go ahead. Have your wand. Please use it.
All right.
Yeah. No. Sim
And
doesn't
we'll
get
go
to touch
from
the
there.
wand.
All right.
Yes, I do.
So you pull up to the
Yes, and
southward.
don't hold it up out of my reach.
No, I will. I will eat that wand before Sim can take it. And I could too. I can. It's a problem.
Don't make me dive
shove-
into Dearg's
Don't-
mouth after it.
don't- Go! I will swallow that wand, and you will never see it again.
This is getting contentious.
So you're gonna take the whole wand then?
Yep, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. You get to the southward.
I guess Dearg
You pull
doesn't
up,
have a
you
gag reflex.
Anyway.
You're just gonna open your throat. I'm sorry.
Literally
Southward.
Southward. As
Am I
a
wrong?
fucking thing.
You don't have a gag reflex, right? I mean, sorry.
No. Like, that's the whole thing with
That's
the
whole
fucking
thing.
feast things. Yeah.
Anyway.
You heal by not gagging. It's fine.
Southward. You pull up and you park.
Yeah, do we?
And
Yes.
I drove us there just fine, thank you.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I didn't melt anybody's tires. I didn't shoot balls of flame into any post office boxes, so there we go.
What? You know what? Southward. Are you going in to talk to... You going in to talk to Reed?
We'll go talk to Reed. I want to... Where's the rest of that hobgoblin? I want to torture them and melt them some more to get stuff.
What the fuck? No! Sim!
What are you get from the hobgoblin? What? It's not a pinata. It's not filled with candy. Like, what do you mean get
Wouldn't it
stuff
be
from the
popcorn?
hobgoblin?
The little pieces of truth will eventually come out.
Want to melt it and get prizes. I don't think you understand how this works. Unless you want bones or organs, there are no prizes inside, bitch.
The prize was the friendships we made along the way.
I'm good. We get to the south.
Okay.
Southward, ho.
Go inside.
This is a...
We're good. We're good. We get to the south.
You can tell that the house is putting itself to bed for the night, and by that was a really... That statement made it seem like the house is sentient. It's not.
That would be cool. I knew what you meant,
People.
but it'd be cool if it did.
Because of Fey magic, I was immediately like, let's back that sentence up, because that could be a thing, but that's not what it's actually doing. Alright.
If it puts itself
People,
to bed,
the
what
others,
happened to
the other
people inside
change.
the house?
Mm-hmm.
It's like if a transformer accidentally transforms with people inside.
You know Friday with the lupine? Kind of like that.
There you go.
It's one of those situations where, like, no matter what door you open, you need to use the bathroom, it's your bedroom again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Fuck.
cool. I like that.
Anyways, so
But it
the
is settling down
residents
for
who
the
are
night.
staying, yes, they are collecting themselves. You see lights going off in some of the rooms as you're walking up. You hear the shuffle of things being picked up and put away. Because a lot of the common areas are on the bottom floor. So, like, as you're walking up, you hear like water running somewhere, and like someone in one of the sitting rooms, like shuffling around, like the scraping of a chair. So you can kind of tell that people are packing it up. Changelings that live there are packing it up for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Reed's light in her office is on.
Okay.
You can just walk it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Reed is.
I just sits on floor.
Hello.
I'm walking in, but I'll knock as I go in.
Yeah.
Doop, doop, doop.
How did everything go after?
It was really orange. It was orange, and I didn't like it. But it's okay, because I know what I'm supposed to do now. I just have to go find a stick from the castle, and then everything's good.
A stick.
Yeah, a wand? The hedge wand. From
Nope,
the
I
Black
get to make a
Castle.
roll for Reed.
Yeah.
Yep,
hedge wand
I get
from
to
the Black
make
Castle.
several
Everything
rolls for Reed.
Located within the Black
Oh.
Castle.
The Black Castle. Yeah, I have to make a roll for Reed real quick.
Not a problem.
But, yeah, see if she remembers reading that in a book, she gets to roll every time it requires some form of knowledge. Just due to being a book.
There we go.
She's the best book.
Yep. Oh god, she's got so many dice for this. Give me a second. I get to grab a lot of dice. Oh no. This is gonna be... I hope she's like... She doesn't succeed. I'm gonna be very disappointed. Okay.
1 success.
Oh god,
Isn't
that would be a nightmare.
terrible when, like, you say you have like a 10 die pool and you roll like a 2.
That would be so disappointing.
I wonder what that's like.
Yep, never experienced that before.
13 dice, 1 success. What?
What?
Not when I was fighting that fucking robot. Mm-hmm. But no, I broke the Thin Blood's arm with an 8 and I wasn't even trying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes perfect fucking sense, doesn't it?
Walked it off
What do you
with
use?
Zaren's debt. It's fine. Guess
did
what?
they do?
Bill's clean. I hurt my own feelings.
Oh.
Alright. Reed did very well. Actually. So she perks up when you mention the Black Castle and the wand. And she kind of turns and she's... You have to go to the Black Castle.
Yeah. Yeah, the Black Castle to get the stick. Wand.
Sim will also provide additional information on how the Ansil mention of what they want to do with it. So basically, Sim will relate that they want to be able to use it to get through the hedge, go back, leave this room,
Mm-hmm.
etc., etc.
But
I
fix Pippin.
I do know what the Hedge Wand supposedly does. The problem is that no one knows if it actually exists or not. See, it was believed to have been used at the site of the Black Castle. It was a hub that several hobgoblins and some changelings had formed, where they were forging a resistance against the True Fae. They were going to assault the border, try to find a way to permanently close it. Supposedly, they had created the Hedge Wand to permanently seal Arcadia off.
Oh.
And the True Fae caught wind of this and went to stop them from creating this item. I guess during the shuffle with the high amounts of power being thrown around from both sides and the location being so close to Arcadia, that the wand's true purpose to close the hedge was corrupted by the Fae's power and became the opposite and could tear it open instead. And when the castle crumbled and the battle was lost, the wand vanished, supposedly within the ruins still. The Fae had no reason for it. They thought it was supposed to seal them in. They didn't know that it had changed, supposedly, but I guess one of the survivors on the Changeling side attempted to use it, and
Sim's going, that's an interesting piece of information for the Ansil to discover then. I wonder where they found out, or think they found out.
I wouldn't know. It is an item that is spoken about only from people that have a reason to want to forcibly enter the hedge, or as a warning to others not to toy with it should they accidentally create a portal and allow easier access to the mortal world for the Fae. Like a cautionary tale, if you would. Because, well, the sites within the hedge, some brave souls do try to find whatever they can use to protect themselves, the tokens against the True Fae, and supposedly it's never been found, so all of the lore, all of the rumors surrounding it are just that. None of the claims of what it is have been substantiated by either side.
I mean, the hedge isn't too hard to go through. It's pretty easy, actually. So, I think we got this handled. Just need to know where the Black Castle is and what's a scepter.
It's a long. I really hate my sentences right now. It's a long rod, like thing, usually decorative in some kind of nature. That serves usually a ceremonial purpose as well.
So it's a stick. I was right. We're going to the castle to find a stick.
They can be made from all kinds of materials, scepters, but yes. Yeah. Reed walks over to her bookshelf, and she grabs a book, sets it down on the table. This is not a token.
Thanks for clarifying, Reed.
I just want to make sure we all know so that it's safe to open. She opens it up, and inside is basically like the table of contents of this book are like, names of sites, of known sites within the within the hedge. And you do see the Black Castle is one of the sites that is named in this book. And then she flips to where it is.
Okay.
And it basically outlines that the Black Castle is somewhere near the border of where Arcadia touches the Hedge. It's not close enough that the magic of Arcadia actually affects it or those that used to dwell within, but it is close enough that it is not a super far jaunt into the realm of the Fae.
So we have to basically go all the way to Arcadia again.
Almost. It's not the closest site to the border, but yeah, it's.
What was the original purpose
close.
of the Black Castle?
The Changeling that created the Black Castle, with the help of the hobgoblins they had, claimed its original purpose was a place of worship to the Fae, which was a lie. They lied about that.
Okay.
Its original purpose was a fortress to eventually besiege the Fairylands, the Arcadia. They were attempting to find a way to rescue those that had been taken, go in, get them out, offer them a place in exchange for assisting them, or they would help those that had already escaped. They would search the hedge. Anyone trying to find their way through before the hounds and the hunt did. The Fae didn't suspect for a while that they had amassed a large number of changelings and hobgoblins. So according to the records, again, the Black Castle is really there. The Black Castle's not a legend. It's not a myth like the Hedge Wand is. It's a real site, and many have seen it on their way out of the hedge, or have gone to explore it. I guess is a good word. It has tokens. The hobgoblins have claimed to have brought back things from that site, traded them to the goblin markets, which then others purchased from the goblins.
I see.
So it's a fake church.
It was a fake church.
Right.
Sim's gonna clasp Dearg on the shoulder, in a supportive way, and then also hand him a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's
Casper, do not sit on my
all
shit.
snack.
You're being rude. No.
And
Sit down.
okay, so it's a stick in a fake church that the goblins know about. We could ask the goblins.
Could ask the goblins, but then I don't know if
I mean, we do have one.
we potentially, yeah. I don't know. I guess if the
I don't
wand
think
is
she'll want to see
truly
you again.
that's all right. She'll warm up to me.
Boo.
Boo. Boo.
That's inappropriate.
That's appropriate. There's too soon, and then there's what you do. I don't care if it's been like 5 sessions. Too soon.
Too soon. I was going to mention, or Sim will mention that if the wand is the wand universally considered a legendary, perhaps even mythical item? And if we were to start asking about it, that wouldn't, I guess, seem too forward.
it would certainly draw some attention. Not everyone knows the legends. Again, it's like folklore or old wives' tales or other mythological things. There are many people that have heard the tale of Little Red Riding Hood. Not everyone's heard the tale of the Pied Piper. They are of the same folklore, though. So it's like that. I'm sure there are plenty of people that have heard it, and it will probably attract their attention, but that doesn't mean everybody has. If you were to go to a goblin market looking for information or possibly see if someone's already dug the item up from the Black Castle, you would more than likely draw unwanted attention, as the goblins who run the market, many of them do have true Fae contacts. And they do work with them sometimes.
Yeah.
And the Fae do frequent the markets. You'd have to find a safe market, one of the ones that has made more of a treaty with the Changelings. But if the item is more coveted by the true Fae, then it's more than likely going to find its way into one of their markets instead. That's just my thought process on that. That could be entirely wrong. But scavengers, those that pilfer those sites, want the best price. And that price is based on what the goblins think someone else will pay for it. And the Changeling have no reason to want to tear the hedge open and invite their captors back into this realm.
Of course.
Yeah.
I suppose we could check the markets, but that sounds obviously just as dangerous a proposition as going to the castle itself. But that being said,
we could go to the castle, and if we don't find the stick, go to the markets. I have a month.
I'm also wondering if
your month starts in 5 days, by the way. That's when she said get your affairs in order. She gave you 5 days to do that before the month starts.
Yeah, no, Dearg is also going to ask Reed. So I got given 5 days to get my affairs in order. How do I do that?
Well, and what that means is the most pressing things currently going on, such as the attack on the freehold and some of the other things that have been happening. Either that means finishing up what you're doing with that, or delegating work, or maybe even putting it on hold until you can get to it at a different time. Yeah, and return to it safely. That's what that means, is essentially figuring out how you're going to handle what's already on your plate before going and doing this next task.
I think I could have Ro watch my rug.
I'm very sure she'd be more than happy to do that.
Alright, that's what we have to do.
Proceed.
I think that's it.
So, Reed, then I have news for you as well. I called the Ferryman Freehold, and I called the Golden Grove, and both Celia and Odo have been located and taken into the hollows for safekeeping until such time that they can also be moved into the hedge.
Did they make
and
them
Carmen?
So he can make them stop clicking?
I don't actually know if they're clicking or not, but I didn't ask. But I also spoke with Carmen, or she called me back later after I spoke with one of her assistants, and is very disturbed by the fact that Val had reached out and that information did not get to her. And she seems willing, if help needs to be extended, she's willing to extend it to the South Ward the way she would have to the North Ward had she been given the letter.
Good. Maybe you... I don't know.
Reed, is
Just wait
there...
for-
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Just wait for the information for the church to come back to us.
Yeah. Curious to know, Reed, if there is... Is there anyone that could be paid or compensated in some way that keeps an eye on things that go through the markets? Kind of like a spy on the markets themselves. And if they may have heard if such a thing might be... Because here's my thought process, it might not be correct. If such a thing were to be found, and if anyone was able to potentially even partially determine what the wand, or in this case the scepter, is, it would probably be guarded pretty closely, I imagine. And also, those true Fae that are interested would have their own avenues of communication.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been my experience that there's usually some middle folks that always have their ear to the ground and can pick things up.
There are groups of changeling who do frequent the market, some at the risk of their own selves, to keep an eye or ear out for potential items for those who ask and are willing to deal with them.
Okay.
But also, they keep their eyes and ears out for items that may be of interest to the Fae, so that they can thwart them. But the Fae also have their own. The privateers, those that are loyal to them still, despite everything that they've done.
Okay.
So
I'm liking I think we should perhaps go to the markets as a last resort. That's my feeling. I'd like to check the castle first.
Mouse! Leave the door alone!
Are you just trying to break in?
Yeah. No! Don't open the door!
I'm offended.
You should...
He really did. He tried. I watched that door start to, kind of buckle in and was like, am I in danger?
Take a chill.
Sorry.
Take a chill pill.
Yeah. I think he might need to go out. Or he's just being a brat. So.
Okay. You want to take a very short break to take care of that? And
yeah, we could.
okay. Let's take
Okay.
So I
short
can
break.
have him not break down the door.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
that would be like...
We'll be right back. Boing. And we're back.
Howdy ho.
Howdy ho.
So where we left off after all of that information is essentially Sim was saying maybe goblin markets should be a last resort,
Yes.
or at least not the first thing you jump to.
Just a thought. As tempting as it sounds like we need to approach that a little bit more further informed, as it were. That's my take anyway.
Each each different market, you would know this from having lived a year out of the hedge, but basically from what you know about the goblin markets is that each goblin market, depending on who runs it, how deep into the hedge it is, or if it's in the mortal world through a secret passage or some other crap, like where you're hollow it, like through the wardrobe, you know, or whatever, have a specific market day. So once every week, once every month, etc., depending on the goblin market, and some of them are completely permanent, some of them are semi-permanent. The consistency varies, the location varies, but usually certain changelings keep tabs on that due to potentially how they consume glamour, because goblin markets always have goblin fruit. And changelings that tend to need goblin fruit as their source of glamour will oftentimes keep appraised of when market days are, what markets, and locations. That way they don't miss market day if they're intending to purchase goblin fruit from the goblin market. So
perfect.
This little goblin went to the market. This little goblin stayed home.
Stayed home.
This little goblin ended up in Arcadia and then ran into Sim.
As it burned. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. We went the same route, different ways.
Hobgoblins are not bad all the time. There are some good hobgoblins. It's like, okay, you guys just like set them all on fire. There are good hobgoblins.
Just embrace it, Lo. You're kind of bad all the time. No, I'm just kidding.
I would never tell Milo that.
I'm just teasing.
Ever. Milo's the best.
I'm sorry. But no, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's a very good point about them being aware of the markets and what they're doing.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, so you would know that because you definitely would have heard other changelings talking about it's market day. And knowing that the reason they know that is because they are probably low on goblin fruit and were unable to locate some themselves.
Cool. All right.
Yep.
So, do we have a way that we can potentially... Do we have a way we can traverse or map out how to get to the Black Castle, based on where we know?
Basically, the thing about the hedge is it is an anamorphous being, sentient, living something. The magic of Arcadia, because it bleeds into the hedge, has enough of that magic that nonsense and chaos. So the closer you get to Arcadia, the more the path that you're following tends to maybe not potentially be the right one.
Got it.
Even though it's marked with signs or whatever.
Right.
So, think of it like the labyrinth with like little dudes that are like turning the signs around right. Like, it makes no sense, but it happens, right? Okay. Lipstick. So, essentially, the best way to do it is for you, for Sim, as the character with the contract of the hedge, would be to figure out general location, which you know, close to the border, near the edge of the hedge. Boy, I hated that sentence.
Edge of the hedge.
Near the border of Arcadia, at the edge of... Yes, okay, we all know what I said, I'm not repeating it. Or, essentially, you need something that's part of that location, you need to be familiar with it already, you need to know essentially what the site looks like, and various other, like, there are a number of ways that someone unfamiliar with an area can use their contract to find it. So, if you can find someone that sketched out a picture of it, in like a book. Now the book that Reed showed you only had descriptions of what it looked like, not an actual picture or anything. So what you would kind of know from having looked at Reed's book is that it is a large structure built on the edge of a cliff that overlooks a grotto that is always covered in mist, that is snowy, it's cold, in that area. Yeah, the mist is from like the ground below is a different temperature than the. It's always snowing. The half of this area is just encased in ice. The castle itself is in ruins. All of it's made from black stone and has a motif of roses.
Oh, so we're going to Illy's summer
roses
home.
are okay. Stop it.
Rude.
Roses are flowers that are beautiful that grow amongst thorns, and that is what the Black Castle represents. It is a reprieve from the thorns.
Oh.
Stop!
You're
I put a
hurting
lot of
my...
work into this.
I love the description. It was great. It was great. Sim's gonna show up and chill out. It's awesome.
Good. We're gonna leave him there for a bit.
Oh, throw him in the dungeon.
Yeah. Act right. Stop trying to melt people.
Now, the site did used to be known for its lush gardens. However, after the fight,
you did
because
say lush
the ice
gardens, not flesh gardens.
Lush.
Okay.
Lush.
Right. Okay. Thank you. I heard flesh gardens.
This was a Changeling hideout, by the way. Like, Changeling, let me make that very... This was not a Fae-run establishment. It was a Changeling-run establishment.
It's acceptable. I love it.
If it was Fae-run, yes, I would have said Flesh Garden. But it's not, so it's a Lush Garden instead.
Okay. Thank you.
Shut up. Shut up, it's gross. The whole sentence was a mess, and I hated it. Okay.
Oh, just like
So, yeah.
Elizabeth. No, I'm just kidding.
So you...
You're on a roll. I'm gonna need you to stop.
Sorry.
It's a good joke. It's a great joke, even.
Sorry.
But I'm gonna need you to stop anyway.
Yep. Sorry.
Anyway. Moving on. So you have a description of what the place looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially that will make the roll easier, but for you, like, just roughly so that you know, like, game-wise, all the not knowing the location or not having been there does is makes the roll a little bit more difficult. So you would roll, and then I would determine if you'd met the criteria for finding this location. But knowing more about it lowers that difficulty for you. So
Gotcha.
having a rough description of it has already helped in that respect.
Would potentially finding something that has come from there also help in lowering the difficulty?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. I wonder if pieces of the ruins of the castle have maybe been used to build something somewhere else. Would they have potentially gone into any of the structures in the holds or freeholds? Probably not.
The only way you would be able to know that information is if you spoke to somebody who, I mean, Reed might be able to figure that out using her token, because that token ledger is the very first, like, it was what used to be the Four Winds Freehold, book ledger, and it was when they first, like, formed. So if either the North or the South Ward had any material from the Black Castle, it would be in that ledger. Otherwise, you'd have to go to the other freeholds and ask to see their ledgers, and because the ledgers are more than just name, here you are, it histories, and the beginnings of those books, would have that, information about how the freehold was formed and all of that. So,
gotcha.
Because they keep these meticulous records, and so you'd have to go to each of the freeholds and be like, can I see your great big book of everything, basically? And
gotcha.
The big book of shenanigans? Yeah.
The big book of shenanigans. And or you'd have to ask around to people you know if they know of anyone or any type of, hey, was anything built with this material? Do you know of anyone that possesses anything from this location? Blah blah blah. So you might have to ask around a little bit, or
but it's an option.
Again, goblin markets are always an option. That's more than likely where you find that stuff, truthfully. But with Sim's attitude, that might be a problem. Look, hobgoblins. No. This whole market is hobgoblins. Don't do that.
We don't.
The whole market.
No. You know what?
However, you have a hobgoblin. No. You have a hobgoblin. You could very well ask about the market, or potentially, see if she'd be willing to help you by searching them. I know you burned the crap out of her leg, but she's still there. She's somewhere in the freehold, by the way.
Might want to leave that to Dearg.
Yeah, and have Sim nowhere near her. Ever.
Oh,
yeah.
I
did a bad thing.
She is at the South Ward still. She wasn't in Reed's office anymore. Man, Reed didn't tell you about talking. Reed has not had the chance to talk to the hobgoblin, which she would have told you. She just hasn't had that opportunity because she made the phone calls after she got out of Hedge and stuff.
Because, massive trauma.
An artificer is going to be looking at her. It'll be fine. She'll be fine.
She's gonna get
some, you have those in your freehold, and
she's gonna get some. Yeah, well, speaking of which, I need to get that arm checked out too. So, but
yep,
yeah, she's gonna get some metal legs attached and then come back and kick me.
You only burned one of her legs. Oh. You just grabbed on and then went, oh look, let me just burn the skin off my hands, which yuck.
Yeah.
Goblin skin. Sorry.
Ungreased pan. Just.
Technically, the pan's greasing itself at that point. Anyway.
Nasty. Yeah. All right.
Nasty.
Let's talk.
So.
Dearg's a nasty boy.
Nope.
It is. It is getting late.
He's a red cap. Like he. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting late for the changelings in the game. Reed is exhausted. She did take a point of exhaustion because she had helped you with Pippin the night before. So she is getting ready to turn in.
Okay.
Is there any last requests or things you have for Reed before she goes and sleeps?
I think we're good at the moment. She can go sleep.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
Of course. If you need to borrow this book, you are more than welcome to. And I wish you the best of luck. If I can find a way to maybe help aid in Dearg's task, I'll let you know.
Thank you. Sim will take the book.
Okay.
If she's offering. And we'll go and exit out of Reed's office and head on out and I'm going to see about let's see, tomorrow's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have I'm going to do some limited hours for the shop. But I just have to get the shop. I'm going to have it just open in the morning. Take care of some deliveries and then we can get to this.
Okay.
At least as far as that
Sarah work.
If they're able to.
She's able to work in the afternoon because her morning classes, she's got morning art classes, and then she has reserved lab time around 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. to work on her statue.
Sim won't call, but he will send a text to Sarah
Howard.
Okay.
that she can reply to whenever she feels like. Going,
Right.
hey,
All right.
hope everything's okay. And if you're able to work tomorrow afternoon, that would be great. Dash big S.
She texts back, I should be free. And that's it.
Many thanks. Hug emoji.
Yeah, not a... She would say, not a problem.
Okay.
Not a hug emoji. You get no emojis back.
Oh well. Damn.
You done fucked up.
You just lied to her about like 7 times within the span of an hour. It's silly.
Like, let's be honest, like 30 minutes.
Are those the straws you're grasping at? Sorry, that was rude.
I need a couple of shirts. One that says "Straight Outta Arcadia," and the other one says "Parental Advisory: Explicit Contracts."
Is that what we've been doing in the Hollow? Got it.
I mean, you're over there swallowing wand souls, so like, nope. Fine. No one's judging
standards
you.
are low. They're not there.
Let's head back home.
Okay.
Let's check on Ro and Savannah.
All
right.
Savannah and the rug.
And the rug.
Yep.
We'll adjust the rug cam.
I would check the rug
Make sure it
cam,
works.
but I have to put it back on my cellular phone because, you know, new phone.
Yeah, just
this.
yeah, exactly. So I'm not gonna make you roll a drive check. I'm sure you're driving dangerously. It's late enough in the afternoon. Traffic really isn't that bad, and so I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You get to you get to your shop. Everything's locked up the way you left it. Nothing looks broken into. Nothing looks out of place when you walk in. You go up to your hollow. Savannah is sitting in the kitchen, reading a book. And she has changed out of her zookeeper outfit, or, well, her conservation, the outfit she had to wear, that weird
Animal
beige whatever.
Yeah.
She's an animal, yeah.
Very jungle safari type of.
Yeah, she's one of those people that educates at the zoo about how to save species of animals and things like that, like what you can do. We can, knows a lot about specific types of animals.
Got it.
She's reading. She's in her normal clothes, which for her is like a tank top, and then like kind of like a belted, like, it's not really a skirt, but it basically keeps her dog legs free, instead of restraining them like pants would do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because she has weird dog legs. And so it's kind of this, like, it's basically a skirt, except it doesn't cover the front because dog legs. So, like,
okay.
Yeah. It keeps them free.
So it's like an open front kilt.
Basically, yeah, it's like an open front kilt with like a like it like clips in the front with like a belt is what kind of basically it's like sewn to a belt that clips in the front. It is. I will draw a picture of this because in my head this makes a lot of sense, but as soon as I start saying it out loud, I'm like, this sounds dumb as shit. What the fuck? It makes sense in here with the picture that's there. It doesn't make sense when I start talking, however. And Ro isn't anywhere to be seen. Yeah.
Ro is nowhere to be seen?
Yeah.
But you were only in the main rooms right now. Like,
I'm gonna go venture and look for Ro.
Okay.
I'm gonna wave at Savannah.
I'm gonna sit down and talk with Savannah for a little bit.
All right. You find Ro laying down next to your rug, but not touching it.
I'm going to lay down on my rug and flop over and be like, "So how did they go?"
Aw. Aw.
You know, after you dropped me back off, you know, it went well. Savannah picked me up from the freehold while you guys went to dinner.
Mhm.
And we came back, and yeah,
Okay.
and okay.
I just thought I'd check because it's been a couple crazy nights.
Mm,
So we should go hunt rabbits again sometime.
I'd like that.
Me too.
She smiles, and then she snuggles a little bit closer, but doesn't actually get onto your rug. Like she stays
Close enough.
at like the very edge of where the rug is.
Yeah.
The rug is the
Just
boundary.
flop. The rug is the boundary. You don't go past the
So
rug.
I hate to say this, but let's imagine. So Ro kind of imagined the way that Lily from Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Ro's mannerisms are a lot like Lily's from Mama's, like eating the moths and sleeping under beds and like going outside in the middle of the night and like rolling around in the dirt. Like she's a lot like that. So
Yep.
so when I say this, keep that in mind because she's can I sleep here? Can I sleep right here?
Little feral on the feral side.
She's on the feral side.
Yeah, it's right next. It's close enough to the heater where it's not danger to the rug, but it's warm.
Exactly.
She smiles.
The furnace.
These are important things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is
Well,
the sweet
your
spot.
hollow is how you make it. So if one of the amenities you want in your room is a nice heater near the rug area, it shapes to your will as it is.
Forge and all that.
Yep. So Ro snuggles up next to you again, not touching the rug because she told you she wouldn't, and she promptly starts to drift to sleep. Probably while Dearg keeps talking at her like he did with Keith.
Oh yeah, constantly. Just like we could go hunt rabbits. We can't do it out in the park because then people get upset when you start stalking the rabbits. But like if we did it in the hollow, then we could set them free in the hollow, or we could go to the hedge.
Oh.
The hedge has some interesting things that you can actually hunt besides rabbits out there. But Sim says we're not supposed to stray off the path while we're walking down it because like there's things out there and it's really dangerous. But I figured out that I can go. It's fine. It's super easy. I don't know why he thinks it's so complicated.
Yeah, pretty much. It dawned on me as Dearg kept going that I was like, that sounds like Milo trying to talk to Benji about why she wants to talk to Fig.
Oh no.
That hurt my feelings just a little bit. Alright, so you sit down, Sim sits down next to Savannah. She's got a book. What do you want to talk to Savannah about?
I'm going to take out Reed's book, put it on the table.
Okay.
Ask her how things are going. First off, check in, just like I do a general check, make sure things are going all right.
Yep. I'm good. It's just, How
are things here at the shop?
It's been like 2 days, yeah.
Okay. Things here at the shop okay so far? I know it's not...
Yeah, everything's been fine.
I know it's not optimal, but best we can do on short notice.
I mean, it's appreciated. We didn't have our own hollow. We stayed in the freehold's hollow.
No worries.
Nice here.
Cool. Like I said, you and Ro are welcome here for as long as you need.
Thank you. We need to go talk to one of the other freeholds, but at the moment it's kind of up in the air which ones are safe, I guess.
Curious to know, in your time, and if this is an uncomfortable topic, let me know. But have you ever heard of anything with a legend surrounding a black castle? Powerful.
I've seen the Black Castle.
You've seen it.
I have.
How did that occur?
Well, the master of the Wild Hunt's domain is the Hedge.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of his hounds. We chased. Gets kind of uncomfortable for a second as soon as she says that.
Yeah.
We chased escapees across the hedge. We caught somebody that was coming out of the Black one. And she looks ashamed. Like, she looks just... You can hear Dearg talking. Thoreau.
Yeah, just
Voice just drifting out from the other
I don't
room.
understand why everybody's so like obsessed with a stick. There's so many sticks. Like we don't know if any of them are actually magical. So everybody tried to pick up every single stick to see if it was magical. Because maybe there's some stick out there. Like, what if we head down to the park right now, picked up a stick, and it actually did the exact same thing as this thing that's in the castle? I think she'd feel really stupid. Doesn't seem all that.
Pretty much. But yeah, Savannah looks visibly uncomfortable. Just ashamed. You know, it's... Well, everybody did things they didn't like. She had to do it against her own kind, basically.
I know exactly what you mean.
I've been there. Not inside the black site. We didn't have a reason to go into it, but the threshold, the barrier, the gateway into that area.
You wouldn't happen to have anything from there, would you? Or know of someone who might? Small token. Piece of rock.
Wee!
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, this is gonna go so badly. It didn't go badly! Okay.
And nothing can go wrong.
Oh no, it all went wrong!
Wrong.
Bad.
She critted on her clarity check because she is forcing herself to remember something. If she had failed her clarity check, she wouldn't have remembered, and she would have had an issue at your dinner table.
An issue at your dinner table.
Okay, cool.
That seems to happen a lot.
So, you see her get... Oopsie. You see her, like, the process of trying to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Time spent in essentially Arcadia, her version of Arcadia, as the child of the hunt. She actually didn't transform back until she stepped through the gate and back into the mortal world because of the way that the magic of the master bound her. Okay. So, in the head, you guys were normal. She was not.
Okay.
So, you see the visible distress. Her eyes burn with fire, like just that unnatural firelight, and the runes, those blackened runes on her skin that look like tattoos but kind of charm marks, flare and open and burn under her skin the same way you saw the actual master of the wild hunts do during your escape from the Hedge.
Okay.
Fun times. I remember that dude. I'm gonna go let him loose.
And she tells you that one of the changeling that she was hunting, a vague memory, barely there. She was a beast, a windwing, a white bird, tall. She escaped from the Black Castle. She flew over.
Okay.
She was carrying a bag, and it was all things that she had gathered from the site. Her name was Skylar, I think. She spoke to somebody after escaping.
Okay.
She can't tell you how she knows this. She just knows this. Some of it's memories, some of it's things she's been told, some of it possibly garnered from the master himself having informed her of some of this.
Makes sense. Okay.
She can't remember why she remembers this exactly. She has a visual image of the windwing flying over the Black Castle, essentially leaving the Hedge with this bag of whatever the fuck it was. She has no idea. It could have been rocks. It could have been books. Like, she never saw what was in the bag. I kicked my thing, so that was nice.
Oh, sorry.
Happens sometimes. So, Skylar.
Okay. That's what she remembers from.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you ever determine the fate of that windwing, or was it just lost to you?
I know that she escaped. We were all in trouble for it. We were all in a lot of trouble for it. But I didn't see her again after that.
Okay.
She did make it back to the mortal world. Or a goblin market. I'm not really sure what she did with those items. Or why she took them. Or if they were even items. It's hazy. And you can kind of see as like the memory just kind of starts to slip back. Like,
Okay. Got it. Understandable, Savannah. I was really appreciative of whatever you could say.
yeah.
We got.
I know many places within the Hedge. I know I lived there for a long time. It's sometimes hard to remember.
Mm-hmm.
If you need, do you need to go to the? Why do you want to know about the Black Castle though? That place is very close to Arcadia.
For the sake of security around myself and others, I can't divulge completely why I would need to go there.
Okay.
But there is something that I'm looking for. And this
Okay.
castle is rumored to potentially hold what I seek. That's why I'm interested. And I'm fully aware that it's dangerous, reckless, and not a good idea at all to go. But I'm in a position where I need to, so that I can hopefully make sure a currently bad situation doesn't get worse. I know that's kind of vague and cryptic, but it's as much as I'm at liberty to talk about right now.
Well, there are always guides, people that are hobgoblins, changelings that are very familiar with the hedge. That if you ask them, they might be willing to take you to the location.
I think I might take you up on that piece of advice, because I don't think me and hobgoblins are on good terms at the moment.
There are some changeling that do it. There are a few. I know that is something that people from my freehold did, the occupation that some that I knew had. But given the circumstances, I think you might have to ask someone from your freehold if they know anyone who works as a guide.
Gotcha. It's a good piece of advice. Thank you, Savannah.
Yeah. I hope you find what you're looking for.
I both do and I don't.
It has to be important if you're willing to risk getting that close. So Arcadia again for it. You don't strike me as someone that's just doing that for fun.
No, it's important. Otherwise, it's very important.
Well,
thank you. Get yourself some sleep.
Not a problem. Of course.
I got some.
I think Bro staying in there, so I'll just.
I heard her and Dearg having a good chat, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop.
Dearg is still kind of mumbling sleep.
I'm gonna pop my head.
She's fragile. Just be careful
with her. No, he's not.
Oh, what's Dearg doing?
I used Spigot.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you can tell that Dearg is having horrible nightmare. Like, not right at this moment, but you can tell they're gearing up. Like, he's asleep, but like you see, like the occasional twitching, which that nervous, neurological tick that he's been exhibiting all after the Ansil and stuff. Like in his sleep, he's doing the same thing. Just, like head twitching, shoulder twitching, and you have seen this before, and you know it's going to get worse as the night goes on. You also know that there is not a lot you can do about it. Because even if you could go into his dream, you can't stop the nightmares that come from the token.
I'm going to pull an extra blanket off the bed and put it over Dearg on the rug. And I'm going to gently move Ro a little further away.
She doesn't wake up. She is like just unconscious. She just kind of slides with you, you know. Then again, she is a small child on looking thing, you know.
Yep.
Move her far enough away that she's a safe distance.
And then I'll leave the room and take the book that I borrowed from Reed and read it until I fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. There are a couple times while you're reading that you hear whimpering and occasional dog-like sounds from Dearg's room, loud enough that it drifts across the space before you finally get to sleep. Yeah. And Spigot has side effects.
Yeah.
What?
Spigot, your side effects of Spigot might be terrifying nightmares.
Yeah, it's a 1-dot token, so that's why it's such a minor thing. That's also because it's not going to give you any fatigue or anything, but it's enough that you will have memories the next morning, and you will need to make a check or pick one of your derangements to kind of have for the morning.
Yep.
So,
what's on?
Sorry. Yeah.
Mental illness is stored in the balls. Sorry.
Well, Ro has so many that she can't, like, I have to pick one to just be like, this is what happens. Because if all of them happened at the same time, it would be, they can't, let's never think about that again. Let's not do that ever.
I'm good with that, yeah.
Yeah, me too. So,
okay.
You guys fall asleep.
Go through the night.
And Sim has sweet dreams. You don't, by the way. You absolutely don't. But they're normal. You have normal dreams. They're as sweet as they can get after your time in Arcadia. They're not so terrible that you wake up in a cold sweat or that you're disturbed the next morning. But, you know, you remember fire and pain and screams, and it's normal for you now. It still bothers you. It's still horrible, but it's not unusual. And you just wake feeling a little empty inside. Like you've done something terrible, and you can't remember what it is, but it fades quickly. Dearg, however, it does not fade quickly for you.
Yeah.
The sounds of screams and howls and the taste of blood, the feeling of having your limbs ripped off.
The gnashing of many teeth.
The gnashing of many teeth. The you know, when you roll on your arm in the middle of the night and it hurts you. When, you know, you wake up, you had a dream that someone stabbed you and your arm hurts because you've been sleeping on it.
Everywhere hurts and we're
dying.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it is. Like, you know, you dream that something has happened to your arm, something terrible, something violent. You wake up and it's like pinned beneath you and it hurts a little bit. Not enough that it caused you any damage or anything, but that inconvenience of, ow, why didn't I roll over?
I should have moved.
Pins and needles and all that fun stuff.
And those feelings and those flashes, that taste, that smell, that coppery blood scent linger longer than they normally do in the mornings. And I mean, you could attribute the coppery smell to your hat, but you know that's not what it is. You really know that's not what it is. But it is a nice lie to tell yourself.
Yeah. I mean, the hat's happy. At least something.
Exactly.
At least something's happy.
Yeah. Might as well be the hat. It's all good.
All right.
Okay.
Question: what time did you guys want to wrap up? Because it is 12:30.
I'm feeling pretty tired right now. It's probably because of the Benadryl and the itchiness.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
Because we're at a good stopping point if you want to stop. Otherwise, I can keep going. I have another natural stopping point if we want it, but I'm leaving that up to you guys.
It's 12:30. It's not going away.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He just wants pets. He just
He's kind of an asshole.
just wants love.
He's a cat. He's a douche. Oh, because he doesn't get enough love from me
every day
at all. He sat
While you
with me
hold
all
him.
fucking afternoon.
I think
And then he went outside and acted like he was the biggest badass in the fucking world because he took 2 steps off the porch. Like,
You know
I
what?
touch grass. I'm wild.
I think we can wrap it up for tonight if you're
Alright.
okay with that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
This was
Milo.
fun. Thank you guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you for
Yeah.
joining us for our shenanigans.
And
We're gonna
Yeah.
go follow up on
continue.
them next session
Yeah.
and get all the information
Gonna be
from
good.
the Church of the Blessed because it's now Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Yes, this is the day we do dangerous shit.
This is
Yay!
Thursday is the day we do dangerous shit.
It tracks.
You know
And
what?
Friday is family night, so.
Friday's
Friday's
family night.
and Thursday's dangerous shit, and Saturday is game night. or
I don't want to
something. I
go
don't
to my
know.
audition.
Someone dies on
I don't want to
Saturday
do my
every time.
audition. No, don't say that. I have to go talk to Samuel.
You're gonna probably kill someone for Samuel. It's
Good night
fine.
from the collective.
Yes, have a good night. Thank you.
Good night. We did it.
Yay,
We did
We
it.
did it.